You are the master of your fate. Let's begin. Before you can build the life you deserve, you must first destroy the man who stands in your way. And that man is a version of you. He is the man who lives in fear, the one who whispers excuses when opportunity knocks. He is the weak habit you keep, the doubt you feed, the comfort you cling to. That version of you, the one that lives a small life while dreaming of a great one, he must be eliminated, not changed, not upgraded. Eliminated, stay. This is not an act of violence. It is an act of clarity. It is the first step toward true power. In the time we have together, I am going to show you the true cost of indecision and how it hides behind your good intentions. We'll find the mental chains that are holding you back. We will cut them one by one. And before we are done, I'll give you a new blueprint, a set of instructions to build the identity that is worthy of your greatest dream. That old self I spoke of? He is not some monster hiding in the shadows. He is a ghost you keep alive with your own comfort. Your life right now, for many of you, is a cage. But it is not a cage of steel. It is built of soft things. It is lined with familiar routines. It smells of what is safe and what is known. You built the bars with your own hands. You fed the keeper with your own inaction. The greatest enemy is not a lack of courage. It is a lack of clarity. It is the failure to see that the things you call prudence are often just fear wearing a suit. The things you call being realistic are just doubt whispering in a softer voice. I knew a man who kept over-explaining his dreams until he had nothing left to build. He told everyone his grand plans for a new business, for a new life. He spent so long talking about the future that he never found the courage to build it. He was comfortable with the idea of success, but terrified of the work. His comfort was a cage. Ask yourself this: what have you been unwilling to do because it felt too uncomfortable? What decision have you postponed because you feared a consequence that doesn't even exist yet? The first step in a demolition is not to swing the hammer. It is to find the weak points. We must first shine a light on the chains you don't even know you're wearing. We must expose them for what they are. Not protection, but a prison you built for yourself. You can't break a chain you refuse to see. The chains we just exposed, they are forged in your own language. They are held together by the stories you tell yourself. The old self is nothing but a collection of excuses. I don't have time. It's too late for me. What will people think? Each time you speak one of these excuses, you are not just making a statement. You are making a law for your own limitations. Your words are not just sounds. They are the concrete you pour for your future. Are you building a monument to your weakness or a foundation for your power? The excuse maker is the first part of the old self that must die. I am giving you a challenge, a mental assignment. For the next week, become a relentless guard at the gate of your own mind. Every time an excuse tries to cross your lips, you must stop it. You must expose it for what it is, a lie, and then you must reframe it. When you feel the urge to say, I don't have time, you will correct yourself and say, this is not my priority. When you feel the need to explain your lack of progress to someone else, you will tell yourself, my results speak for themselves. The difference is everything. One is an escape. The other is a declaration of control. The war for your new self begins in your mind. The first shots are fired not with an act, but with a word. Choose your words wisely, for they are your weapons, and you are on the battlefield. You have begun the war with your words. Now, you must win the war for your mind. That war will be won in silence. The old self feeds on noise, the constant stream of information, the chatter of others' opinions, the endless distractions designed to keep you from ever sitting still with your own thoughts. It uses the world's noise to drown out your inner voice. It uses distraction to prevent the difficult, necessary conversations you need to have with yourself. The man who is afraid to be alone with his thoughts is a man who is afraid of the truth. I assure you, the greatest plans in history were not born in a crowded room. They were forged in the silent chambers of a single, focused mind. In the quiet of his laboratory, Thomas Edison dreamed of light. In his moments of solitude, Andrew Carnegie planned his empire. They used silence as a weapon. They turned it into an ally. I challenge you to an act of strategic solitude. Find a quiet room, turn off the noise, sit for 15 minutes, And do not just sit there. Think. Confront the hard questions. What are you building? What are you avoiding? What is the one truth you have been running from? Silence is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of power. It is the place where you tear down the lies and begin to hear the blueprint for the life you were meant to live. You have found the truth in the silence. Now you must act on it. For all your clarity, for all your powerful words, you will remain the same man until you attack the engine that drives your life, your habits. A man is not his intentions. He is not his dreams. A man is the sum of his daily actions. The old self you wish to kill is nothing more than a system of weak routines you repeat without thought. The man who says he will start tomorrow is the same man who said it yesterday. His habit is not action. His habit is delay. So we will not try to change everything at once. That is a fool's errand. We will focus our fire. I am giving you a new assignment, a 10-day mental fast. For the next 10 days, you will choose one and only one of your weakest habits, and you will starve it to death. Perhaps it is the habit of endlessly scrolling through the lives of others instead of building your own. Perhaps it is the habit of complaining about your circumstances instead of changing them. Perhaps it is the habit of hitting the snooze button, starting your day with an act of surrender. Whatever it is, you will identify it, and for 10 days you will give it no quarter. You will give it nothing. The great men I studied and worked with were not gods. They were masters of routine. Mr. Ford did not build his empire by hoping for a better assembly line. He built it by relentlessly refining his daily process. Mr. Denver. Edison did not find his 1,000 filaments by wishing for light. He found them through the unwavering habit of experimentation. Their genius was a habit. This is not about perfection. It is about proof. You are proving to yourself that the old self can be starved, that his routines can be broken. The demolition of your old life begins with the destruction of a single weak habit. Choose your target and begin. You have begun the work of demolition. You have attacked your weak habits. Now we must lay the first stone of the new foundation. And that first stone is not hope. It is not ambition. It is discipline. The world teaches you that discipline is a punishment. It tells you it is a rigid, unforgiving chain. That is a lie. Discipline is not a chain, it is a tool. It is the master tool of the master builder. You must understand the difference between desire and discipline. Desire is a visitor. It comes and goes with the weather. It wants what feels good right now. But discipline is a foundation. It is the unwavering choice to build what you want tomorrow over what you feel like doing today. The old self lived on impulse. It surrendered to every whim. The new self you are building, however, lives on intention. Every act of discipline, getting up when you don't want to, doing the work when you'd rather escape, is a vote for the man you are becoming. I want you to internalize a new belief. Say it to yourself every morning. I do not seek comfort. I seek control. My discipline is not a punishment. It is a promise to my future self. It is the price I willingly pay for the life I deserve. This is not about being perfect. This is about being powerful. Discipline is the currency of creation. You have been paying for the life you don't want with your weakness. Now it is time to invest in the life you deserve. With every choice you make, you are either paying for the old self to stay or for the new self to be born. What will you pay for today? You have begun the demolition. You have forged your discipline. But all of that work is meaningless without a target, without a destination. A man without a clear vision is a ship without a rudder. He is driven by the wind, tossed by the current, and ultimately he ends up wherever the sea takes him. The old self drifted on desire. The new self must steer with purpose. Many people confuse a vague wish with a definite vision. They say, I want to be successful. That is not a vision. That is an escape. A definite vision is a map. It is a precise image of the future you intend to live. It is a promise you make to yourself about what you will build. Go back to that solitude we discussed. With a pen in your hand, I want you to write. Do not just think, write. Write in detail the life you intend to build. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What is the purpose that drives you? Make it so real that it burns in your mind's eye. This vision must become so real, so vivid, that the man who lived before it feels like a stranger in a story you once read. He should feel foreign to you. His weakness should seem like a past life, not a current reality. Your vision is the final piece of the mental blueprint. It is the destination that makes all the demolition and all the discipline worthwhile. Without a clear destination, you're not building. You are just tearing things down and working hard in the dark. Find your destination, make it undeniable, and let's begin to build. The old self is not a physical being you must confront with your fists. He is a ghost you have been feeding with your own weakness, with your excuses, with your fear of silence, with your soft habits. But he can be starved. You can kill him. The war for your new self is won not in one grand act, but in 1,000 small victories, with every word you choose, with every moment of solitude you claim, with every weak habit you refuse to feed, with every choice you make to become the architect, not the victim, of your life. Your past is a ghost. It only has power if you give it permission to haunt you. You have the blueprint. You have the tools. You have the power. Kill the old self. Burn the blueprint of the life you once had. And start building today. Key takeaways. 1. The old self is not a person, but a collection of weak habits and limiting beliefs disguised as comfort. Your primary job is not to upgrade him, but to destroy him. 2. Your words are your tools. Eliminate the language of excuses and replace it with the language of action and control. 3. True power is found in solitude and silence, not in distraction and noise. Use silence to find your clarity. 4. Discipline is not a punishment. It is a promise to your future self. It is the master tool of the master builder. Action steps. Assignment 1, 24-hour mission. For the next 24 hours, you are forbidden from using one specific, weak habit. Choose one: hitting the snooze button, complaining about a problem, or endlessly scrolling your phone, and for a single day, you will not do it. This is your first victory. Assignment 2, mental blueprint. For the next 7 days, find 15 minutes of uninterrupted solitude. During this time, with a pen and paper, begin to write a detailed, definite vision for the life you intend to build. Make it so real that the old self feels like a stranger to it. Assignment 3, inner script. When you feel the urge to give in to comfort, you will repeat this phrase to yourself: I do not seek comfort. I seek control. My discipline is a promise to my future self. Internalize this belief and let it guide your next action. Remember, your success begins the moment you decide to act.